Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are going to discuss my top 10 reads of 2025. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. First and foremost, I'm going to start from my 4.75 star reads, or I guess 4.5 star reads, and then go up to my 5-star reads. I will be discussing still my top 10 books, but they're in the 4.5 category, and then up into my favorite book of 2025. The first book, this book is a 4.5 star read, and it's going to have to be Heated Rivalry and The Long Game. I'm kind of just gonna shuffle those together because I just see them as just like one continuous book, if I'm honest, because I read them so close together. And then also with watching the TV show, I kind of associate all of that within the same grouping. Heated Rivalry. I love this series. I do want to read the entire series, especially with the new book coming out September 29th. I would like to really go back into the series and read all of them. Maybe before September, I'll go back and read the series all the way through. That would be really good, actually. Anyway, that is my number 10 read because the character development about these main characters, the rivalry, honestly, is there a rivalry? That's the thing though, because like there's heat in it, but then also The Long Game, how devastating that book was is just beyond me. I often tell people, get ready for The Long Game because you're gonna need it. By the way, I probably won't be going too in-depth into these reads because I most of the time have a memory of a goldfish unless I write it down, and I think I wrote down like 2 books in here, so I don't remember every specific detail. However, I do remember the title. That's kind of that. That is number 10. Number 9 is Rules of Our Own by Jay Wilder. This book is a why choose hockey romance, and it's between 2 players of the hockey team, and also I'm pretty sure the FMC starts working with the hockey team at some point, and that is kind of where they relight this romance because they did like have a little no strings attached session, if you get my drift, in the beginning of the book, and then they come back together when they all work together. So it's kind of like a second chance, also forbidden because the 2 guys work on the hockey team, and it's just really good. Really good. River, I'm pretty sure is my favorite. We have Mia, Alex, and River. River is like the brooding type, like he's like and then Alex is just a golden retriever, I'm pretty sure, and then Mia, I don't really remember Mia all that much, if I'm honest, but yeah, such a good book. And also, I totally forgot that it's the Boston Bruin, which seems to be the only team that keeps coming up in every single hockey book. I love Boston so much, if I'm honest. And also, I really want to see more like NHL hockey games, if I'm honest. I think I've only been to 1, and then I go to my local hockey team all the time because I work at a stadium. If you didn't know, which I don't think I've ever shared before, but I work at an auditorium for hockey teams and a soccer team actually. So I quite enjoy these books. I love a hockey romance, but yeah, I love a why choose romance. Pure gold. Pure gold. I think I like a why choose so much because it has found family, and I love a found family. I am a sucker for found family. I'll have to read this again and annotate it because I remember really loving this book. I just can't remember that much about it because I read it I think I read it in like February or March of 25, and I don't have that much of a good memory, so I'll have to read it again and let y'all know. Oh, by the way, I don't have Heated Rivalry, The Long Game, or the new book pre-ordered, or any of the other series because I'm waiting for special editions to drop of them, and I have my eye out on 1 grouping of the special editions. However, I'm waiting for more. Like, what is going on? Can we get them special edition? Like, the show has been out for 2 months. Where are my special editions? But anyway, that's why I don't have a physical copy. I'm waiting. And me having patience, everyone should be grateful, okay? Because, anyway, Caught Up by Nevessa Allen. This is in the Into Dark series. This is the second book in the series of Lights Out, which is up there. You cannot see. But I really enjoyed Lights Out. I think I gave it a 5 stars actually. And this was a 4.75 stars as well. And it's about, I'm pretty sure, a motorcyclist. I can't quite remember what she does as a living, but I'm pretty sure Nico is in some kind of the mafia field. However, I can't remember. I think he is the, well, I know Lauren is the best friend of Lights Out FMC. Look, what I said, my brain is rotten right now, okay? So I don't really remember that much, but I really enjoyed. There's motorcycles, there's a club scene, which, gotta love a club scene. I don't know, I just really like it. Nevessa Allen has such like funny, witty humor that all of her books are just like golden in like dark romantic comedy, which is why I think that Nevessa Allen and Ben Weaver should do a like collab, because that book would oh my god, I love it. I love that idea. But yeah, it's very beautiful. The next book, I have talked non-stop about this book, so if you haven't seen me with this book before, you clearly should do your research. The Neverlist by Jade Pesley. I absolutely love this book. However, it is not a 5 star because I do remember that some places were a bit cringy, but other than that, it was a really good book. And The Neverlist is basically, there's so much to tell you that I don't know how to tell you. Basically, our FMC, she goes to this party that her sister was last seen at, and she's trying to find her sister. This party is a choosing ceremony of the 4 princes. They have to kind of pick a soulmate, and then the soulmate has to go through trials to see if she's worthy of their love, I guess you can say. And then our main female character, she gets chosen to do the ceremony. So that's kind of where we start off, and I won't tell you anymore because I've gone into depth about this book many times and I don't want to bore you. I love this book. I truly love this book. All of the men I really enjoy. However, there are 2 men that I love so much. Jax and I think Axel. I believe Jax and Axel are the 2 main MMCs that I really love. They're basically opposites of each other. So we have a golden retrieval Axel and brooding dark Jax. And this is also a fantasy, so kind of everyone in this world is either possessing magic or doesn't possess it at all, which is basically why the Neverlist is a thing. And if you're seen having magic, then you get like thrown off the island. That's kind of the world that we're in. The other 2 men, I can't remember their names. I'm so sorry. But they are also very lovely. I like them enough, obviously, to carry on. I've already pre-ordered the second book, which I think this is the first book I've actually pre-ordered for because I loved this book so much, and the special edition is beautiful, so obviously I had to get it. Now, I have a feeling this next book won't come as much of a surprise. Fourth Wing, I read it in 2025. Never in my life, I see, I have this thing where I read popular books and then I end up hating them. So I was fully thinking that I was gonna hate this book. Turns out, 4.5 stars. Yeah, I did quite enjoy this book a lot. Wasn't expecting that at all, so that's probably why I enjoyed it so much. And this cover is glowing like none other. Is there anything on the cover? There's not. Okay, well, maybe I'll just keep it right here or something. Violet, our main female character, she has been brought into this world as her mother's baby girl, her mother's child. Her mother is a scribe, so she puts a lot of, or her father is a scribe. I think her father is a scribe and her mother is, well, clearly I don't remember much, so going into Iron Flame is going to be very hard. It's an enemies to lovers, that's basically all you have to know. There is tension, there is yearning, which thank God for that. And also there is trials, very cool trials actually. I do enjoy these trials. And yeah, that's basically all I'm gonna say. Next, I am very proudly to say that I read Heartless Hunter and Rebel Witch this year. I have been wanting to get to these books for so long since I got them, and I was like 2 years ago now. So I'm very happy to say that I've read this duology, and I cannot wait for more books by Kristen Cicerelli. This is a YA fantasy. We are following our main female character, who I can't remember the name of. Rune she possesses magic. However, obviously in this world, you cannot have magic. If you're found with magic, you are either booted or... So obviously she has to hide who she is. Rune is a part of like royalty or like well known. So she is basically a public figure. However, she is like, I can't remember if she's 18 or 17 or something like that. This is YA. Gideon Sharp, our male main character, he is a witch hunter, and he also has to court Rune. So you could say that there's a bit of tension. This man is in my top book boyfriends because the yielding, the tension, the actually they care about each other, and sometimes that's really hard to find in books where the main male character cares about the main female character, which is just interesting considering a romance book, but best believe me, I've seen it before. So to find Gideon Sharp, this romantic man, yes ma'am, this is a 4.5 star for me. Loved it. Couldn't suggest it more, actually. Okay, now we are getting into my 5-star category. So this will be from my 5 stars that I like the least out of my 5 stars, which is kind of crazy to say out loud now that I'm saying it out loud. But Leather and Luck is a 5-star read for me. Lachlan Kane, he is a man, okay? Let me tell you. If you guys love an audiobook, please read this entire series via audio because the narrators do such a good job. The Irish accents are impeccable. The comedic effect that brings the story to life, the narrators really do super well with, and I loved it so much. I was actually in the gym and I was giggling and kicking my feet to this story. So this story is basically a dark romantic comedy featuring Lark, which is our FMC from this book, and our best friend from Butcher and Blackbird in the first book. Lark executes people, bad people only, finds herself in a situation that is not good, so she needs kind of like a cleanup crew. So then Lachlan's job is basically cleaning up people's situations that they find themselves in. And basically that's how they meet. Love that meet cute. And then they obviously have to see each other because Lachlan Kane is obviously Rowan Kane's brother, and Lark is Salone's best friend. They obviously have to cross paths, and with Rowan and Sloane getting married, they have to come back together. And when they see each other, they have to resolve their feelings with the meet cute that they have, and that kind of like sets up a whole thing. And then there is a really big plot line in this story that is really interesting. Lachlan has some tragic things happening in his life. Basically, there is a bunch of stuff happening with that, and that is kind of the book. Obviously, there is more to it. I haven't read Ben Weaver's latest released Taurus season yet, and I really need to. So let me know if you guys ended up liking that book. As long as it's Ben Weaver writing it, I will read it. Speaking of favorite authors, Miss Rena Kent. Miss Rena Kent, she does it again. We have another 5-star from Rena Kent with Beautiful Venom. This is the first book in the Vipers series featuring a dark hockey romance. The main characters in this series are, we have Kane Davenport, we have Jude Armstrong, I believe, Marcus Osborne, and then also Preston. I don't remember. I was just thinking about this last night. Okay. Just like in the Legacy series, those are kind of our main last names that you need to know in order to go to the series with. Beautiful Venom features Kane Davenport. His father can go dive off a cliff, okay? But he is basically a legacy of all of this wealth and mafia ties. And then Dahlia, she is quirky. I don't remember much of her because obviously my brain can't handle this, but I do remember really enjoying her. I don't enjoy her as much as Kane Davenport, but I really I liked her enough, obviously. This is still a 5-star. So, this is still a 5-star. Kane Davenport, The Man That You Are. He and his father obviously don't have the perfect relationship, revolving other things in different books that if you read Rita Universe, you will find out if you haven't already. The way that he was raised was not the best, I could say that. So his views on things and the way he deals with things, he has to kind of work out. So I will say that this book is pretty heavy, not only in dark romance, but in the mind dark romance. So if you like that, I suggest this series. Sweet Venom is right next to me. It's staring at me. I still have not read it. But Tempting Venom, I just know that book is going to be so good because it follows Preston and Marcus and their journey. And I love when Rena does an MM romance because they just hit. They just hit so hard. So, Beautiful Venom, go read it. Check your trigger warnings because obviously it is a dark romance and I don't want anyone to be caught off guard. Okay, second to last book, my second best overall book of 2025. Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. Yes, ma'am. I have read up to Redeeming 6 from the Boys of Tommen series. This is book 2. Redeeming 6 is book 4. Keeping 13 follows Shawnee. Okay, I gave them a little couple name. Alright. Johnny and Shannon. Shannon comes from a hard life. This is book 2, so she's kind of still reeling from her life. And obviously Johnny is there. He is basically the popular jock of the school and everyone wants him because obviously love a cliche. And then them two like start up a friendship and they become really close and then they obviously sparks fly. You know what I mean? The way that themes were dealt with in this book was phenomenal. I loved this book so much. I love this book so much. It is 630 pages. However, this is a pretty big book. So, and it's extremely floppy. With that said, could be like more of an 800-page book if we're realistically looking at it because the pages are huge and the text is tiny. Love that. But Johnny and Shannon are my second top couple this year. I do love them. They are the adorable couple that I just needed in my life. They love each other so much. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's like that giddy feeling where you're like, oh my god, I'm in love kind of thing. Check your trigger warnings, please. Please, before going into the series. I know that it's really talked about, so if you don't know the series, then get to know the series. I recommend it. I do. Now, we go on to my number 1 book of 2025. I've talked about this book many of times because it is my personality at this point. It is a part of me. So, if you don't know, God of Fury by Rena Kent. I need to find like a pedestal or something to put this book on because this is the best book I've read, I think, in my entire life. Which isn't saying much considering I've only been properly reading for 2 years now. However, this book is fantabulous. I am in love with Nikolai and Brandon. Those are the 2 main characters of the story. Dark MM romance. This is also by Rena Kent. So this is a part of the Legacy of Gods series. I think this is book 4. I think it may be 5th in the series. However, I skipped 2 other books to read this book because I just couldn't wait anymore. I knew it was going to be a 5-star. No, this is 6-star. Actually, this is 6-star territory, and I've not been in that territory before. If that isn't saying all you need to know, I don't know what is. Now, this is a dark romance, obviously. This follows Brandon King and Nikolai Sokolov. I'm not good with accents, okay? So, Nikolai is like the wild, unpredictable, goofy guy, a part of the King U college mafia that they have going on there. Yeah, each guy in this mafia is a legacy of other Rena Kent books, so I just love that so much. Now I could go back and read the parents' books and kind of like see their story, which is really cool. I think I like starting in the middle of a universe and then going backwards and then going forwards again, because I feel like you kind of know a better understanding. I don't know. But this book was gold. I can't explain to you how much I love Nikolai and Brandon together. Nikolai is like, he's the kind of person that will break you out of whatever kind of mood you're in. Honestly, he's like a teddy bear, but a deadly teddy bear. It is what it is. And Brandon, he has so much in his mind. I consider this a dark romance, but more in the mind than like the setting, because the way that Brandon has been put through some things, check trigger warnings. Yeah, it's just beyond. I was sobbing during this book, and it's a 5-star, 6-star. It's a 6-star. So that's basically how this book went for me. I haven't annotated it, as you can see. However, I really want to go back and reread it and annotate it, because Rita Kent, the MM author you are, because I love every single MM I've read from her so far, which, to be fair, is not that many. I read Hunt the Villain, which I'm staring at right now. I also read God of Fury, and then we have Tempting Venom coming out, which I will love. That's kind of that. I keep on thinking about this couple and like how you can feel the love coming off of the page, which is crazy because obviously it's a book. But you know how you could just see like on TV, you could be like, those characters were meant for each other. Well, reading these characters, they are meant for each other. They will forever be with each other, and that's that. If you're into dark romance, please read this book. It's so good. It's so good. I'm like low-key considering getting Lotus Flower tattooed on me because this is too good. I also know I'm getting Fireheart tattooed on me. I think I'm gonna do it right here or right here, because I have my Turn the Page tattoo right here. So this is gonna be my bookish arm, and then this is gonna be my personal arm. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And also I kind of want to get a Risky Gamble tattooed on me from the Inheritance games. I haven't picked this book up in so long. Oh my god, I love these characters too. I didn't read it this year. I read it in 2024. But if you haven't read the Inheritance games, please go and pick that series up. I'm not a mystery thriller girly. However, the Inheritance games is so good that I can't pick up another mystery without thinking of the Inheritance games. It's just so good. Jennifer Lynn Barnes really does know how to write. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your top 10 down below. I'm really interested in knowing what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a fantastical rest of your day. Bye!